Hey y'all, Shay here. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Whip and Chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress. And let's just hang out with our you know what's out and let's catch up. I go for about an hour normally, give or take. So get settled in, get yourself something to do. You probably already have something to do being you've clicked on this video, but I do have my coffee. Yes, and it is Wednesday for me / Thursday for y'all if you're watching this the day it comes out, and it is 9 o'clock in the morning for me. Okay, I got a little sip of coffee. How is everybody? How are y'all doing? Y'all doing good? If you are new and this is your first time here, welcome. Thanks for being here. And then if you're returning and you've come to see me again, thanks so much for coming back. I really do appreciate your continued support. So anybody, everyone is welcome, one and all. Come on in. So let's see. What are we working on here? What am I doing? What am I doing here? All right. I'm diamond painting. Yes, I am. Here is a little picture of what I'm working on. This is from Mary's Diamonds, and it is a custom that I had made with my channel name on it. It is a round. It's long. Yeah, it's long. I don't know how many colors, but it's a good one. Yeah. So if you're interested, I'll have this link down below. Mary's Diamonds is changing hands of ownership to Bella Art de Nicole. So I will have both of them listed down below. I don't know if they're going to continue to do these, but if they do, great. If they don't, I'm enjoying it. I've had no problems whatsoever. I'm halfway through. I need to put a picture up on Instagram. You know what? I'll probably post a picture up right here and leave it up here so y'all can see what I'm working on up in the corner. And you can see my progress. I'm actually working on this upside down. That's what I do. I start on the bottom half and I do the first two bottom rows, and then I flip it upside down, and then I start at the other side. And it's funny because, so I'm on this row at the top. Well, yeah, at the top, because I start at the bottom. And then the final row that I will have will actually be like one in the center that kind of meets, like, you know, both the top and the bottom meet together. So that's kind of my system. Let's go over what I'm working on, the tools I'm using. I do have a Munimade tray. This pretty little Munimade tray, 3D printed tray. Love this, like in a really light, you know, pastel yellow. I'm using a pen from Butterfly Effect Wares. It's called a Captive Ring pen. It's got the rings that slide. I am using Enabler's Outpost Chit. It's Romanian for putty. And this is cinnamon. Oh, wrong side. Y'all, I need help. I'm using the Chit, the putty, in my multi-placer. And I'm using a 10 placer, and this is a metal tip, a rainbow tip, and this comes to us from Munimade. And again, I'll have all these things listed down below in the description if you're interested in any of these tools, any of this fun stuff, and you want to also get some stuff of your own. Single tip, micro glue dots is what I use, and I just flipped them so they're dirty on one side, and I thought, let's see how long they last on the other side. But I love this pen from Butterfly Effect Wares. It is so pretty, and I'm really enjoying these metal tips. I'm new to metal tips. I've really fought it for a long time because I didn't find any I liked, but I'm having good luck with this one. It's really thin, and the Enabler's Outpost putty is working out really nice in there. So got fun tips. All right, and I've got my purple tweezers from Craftably. Yes. And I got my ceramic cutter to cut the plastic back right here. I just kind of slice it down, and then it's so satisfying to peel it up, and it doesn't cut the canvas. I've never had any problems, and I press really, really hard along the washi tape. And then I also have my Trinket tray, my resin Trinket tray. This comes to us from Lexi Sparkle Craft, and she does have an Etsy shop. So I will link this down below if you want to go check out her shop and get one for yourself. She does customs. This was a custom that she did for me. So I kind of just lay all my little tools in there, nice little cute stuff. And then I've got my cover minder, my Buc-ee's cover minder, because I am in Texas. I'm a Dallas girl. We love our Buc-ee's. And Harbor Freight storage containers. Yes, right here. That's what I'm using. I think that's it. Got some water. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So y'all grab something to eat, grab something to drink, get all settled in if you're gonna be crafting for a little bit. If you're not, good for you for running errands and getting some, like, being productive. Well, not that this isn't productive. We need this time, right? We do need this time. Crafting time is very important. I just feel like sometimes I need to be like doing something else, like I'm slacking off, but I'm not slacking, y'all. All right, so I already have some drills poured out, and yeah, so I was gonna show y'all, if you're not sure what the cover minders do, You saw that I just peeled back the plastic. Now the other magnet that goes to this is underneath my diamond painting, and they just kind of meet in the middle and they hold it back. So yeah, I was diamond painting for a few minutes before I started filming, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here by myself. All 3 kids are at school, and I thought, I'm gonna do my whip and chat. I haven't done one on a Wednesday in a while. That's how I used to do it, but it just started happening where I just started doing them like Thursdays and then kind of rushing it to get it out by Thursday afternoon. So I'm here, I got time, so I thought, why not? Let's get together, let's do this. Let's do it. All right, let me see, are there any 3s? I've already started with 1s, 2s, 3s. I just did 4s, that's 2, I see a couple 5s. The letters, the outline of these letters is kind of confetti heavy, but the rest is color blocking. Like all this white was all 5200, all that yellow is just 2 colors. So yeah, it's going pretty quick. It's going really quick. Not sure what I'm gonna do after this. I'm not doing this for an event. You know, I just hosted with my best friend Randy. You can call me Butter. We just hosted Mermaids and Magic in March. So I really wanted to just kind of chill out in April and just do whatever kind of like, you know, stuck out. And I wanted to do something round and something kind of, you know, something that was more color blocking. And this was it. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. I need to check out the events calendar and see what events are coming up in May, because I'm not sure. Y'all let me know in the description what events, if you're going to be doing any in May, let me know. I'll make sure I'm not missing out on something. But there is a really good, and I'll link it down below. I'll make myself a note. I'll link down below the spreadsheet for the events for this year. And I think they even have one for next year already. So I'll link those in there if y'all are interested in hopping on. Oh, I missed a 4. Oh, it always happens. I missed 2 of them. Those 4s are sneaky. Plus, y'all, I'm doing it upside down. So I'm gonna blame it on that. It's a little bit trickier when you're working on it upside down. Sometimes I don't know if I like it, but you kind of get used to it, right? I just think it might be a little bit harder, obviously, to find the symbols, but it's not too bad. But I am really loving this painting. It's been great. So let's catch up, you guys. So I've asked you how you are. I don't want to be rude. So y'all let me know how you are and what you've been up to and how you're feeling and how everybody's doing. And where did that other number go? I saw 2 of them. Oh my goodness. Oh, here it is. Okay. Like, now that I pulled you out, now I can't find you. See how I'm like when I'm not using my pen? Because this isn't one of the roll stop. It's just, you know, round all the way around, and it can roll. But I just set it in here in my little trash. I'm loving these Trinket trays, you guys. I have an obsession. I have a problem. I have another box that I need to do an unboxing video for, and I ordered more. But no more. I gotta take a break. My husband's like, slow your roll, girl. I got the talking to. Not bad, but he's just like, hey, your spending is low. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I know. So something to kind of got rein it in, and it's kind of good that he tells me in a nice way, you know, hey, because I go through phases where I don't spend anything. I'm good for a while, and then I kind of go hog wild. So yeah, I've been going a little crazy with these Trinket trays. But they're so affordable, you guys. They're only $20. So to me, I love them, and I love collecting them and, like, you know, having them for different paintings. Okay, anyways. Let's talk about what's been going on this last week. I'm sick still. I can't get over this cold. I know if y'all have been following me for a while, you're probably getting so tired of me talking about not feeling good. At least I feel like my voice is a little better. It's getting back to normal. I am on medications. I had to go to the urgent care. Let's see, this has been going on for, I don't know, about a week and a half now, maybe 2 weeks. Started with a sore throat, you know, and all the normal stuff. The coughing is probably the hardest thing. I can't stop coughing. So I've been pushing through, just like taking so much NyQuil and Dayquil during the day, and then of course NyQuil at night so I can sleep and not cough all night. And it's making me really groggy in the morning, and I've just been like out of sorts and really tired. So Monday morning, let's not do that. Well, yeah, we'll talk about the cold first, and then we'll go back. We'll do a little reverse. So Monday I woke up and I could not hear out of my right ear. I'm like, oh no, this is not good. And whenever I bent over to do anything, if my head was upside down, the pressure was excruciating. And I was like, I think I have an ear infection. I think the cold has moved to my ears, maybe a sinus infection. So I called my general practitioner. After the kids went to school, I called Monday morning and I was like, do y'all have any openings today? Kind of told them what was going on. And they're like, oh, let me look. And so they looked, like, we don't have anything today. And I was like, okay, well, I was like, I guess I can wait another day. I don't want to, but I will with this ear. And she's like, I said, what about tomorrow? She looked, she's like, sorry, we don't have anything tomorrow either. I'm like, all right. So I said, I guess I'll just call urgent care and get in with them. So did an online check-in for urgent care, and they contacted me and they're like, yeah, well, we have about an hour wait. But I love that. I don't know if y'all have that at your doctor's offices or urgent cares. It's so nice. If you don't know about it, go check it out if you haven't used it yet. But now most of them have, and when I say urgent care, it's kind of like it's not an ER. So it's not your like regular doctor. It's not an ER, but it's like in the middle, right? It's like for not some, it's for stuff like maybe after hours, or that's not like super serious. It's not an emergency. And I didn't feel like this was, obviously. So I did the web check-in. They called me and they're like, yep. So, and it's just like about 10 minutes from the house. So I was like, yeah, it'll be a 10-minute drive. She's like, okay, we'll contact you. So they called me in about an hour and said, we're ready for you. Went up there, popped up. They said I had a low-grade fever, but I've kind of been dealing with it off and on. But I did take 2 tests, y'all, early on for you know what, and they both came back negative. So I was like, it's just like a little cold that I'm fighting. So go in, they check everything, and the doctor finally comes in. He's like, let's check your ears. So he checks my left ear and he's like, this one looks good. He checks my other one and he goes, oh gosh, yeah. Oh no. He's like, this is not good. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? He's like, you have a raging ear infection. He goes, I'm surprised you're not like, he goes, because like we have kids coming here all the time with ear infections and they are very painful and they come in with that certain cry and certain scream. He goes, if you would have waited a little bit longer, it might have gotten to that point. But you're like, this is gross, y'all. But he was like, your ear is yellow and kind of like pussy. I was like, what? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to know that. Just tell me I need some medicine. So it's going on and on about this ear infection. And I have a sinus infection. So we talked about what to do. And he said, he goes, we could give you a steroid shot. And that would be like immediate release to start getting better, along with an antibiotic. And then we'll give you some cough syrup for a night. He goes, but the steroid shot is really, it'll make you feel good immediately, but it's really only lasts like for 2 days. He goes, if we do a steroid pill, like the medicine, it'll last longer. I'm like, let's do that. I can go, a couple more days not feeling 100% and just, know that it's working. So they gave me prednisone, which tastes disgusting. Oh my gosh, you guys. Not that I'm like gnawing on it or sucking on it or chewing it, but even putting it in my mouth just for a second to get the water, because I'm not good at swallowing pills. I never have been. I took children's chewable Tylenol up until I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13. I know it's really embarrassing to say, but I have like a gag reflex or something. I don't know. But I don't do well with pills. And this amoxicillin, I should have brought him up here. Oh my gosh. The amoxicillin they gave me is like a huge horse pill. It's the biggest pill I've ever taken. So it takes me a second to have something in my mouth to swallow it. And so that prednisone is this, I can still taste it just talking about it. Oh, so gross. And then the cough syrup is just, so bad. I mean, you think NyQuil and Dayquil and like all the liquid cough medicine is bad? Y'all, I don't know what this stuff is. It's prescription, whatever it is, but it is so gross and so bad. It tastes so bad. So I've been on that medication since Monday. And today's Wednesday. I can hear out of my ear a little bit more. It's like, it's getting there. It's clearing up, which is good. But I still got the cough. Seems like it's getting better. But he told me, he's like, if you don't start feeling better in a couple of days, come back and we'll try something else. So I'm still waiting it out. I feel better. I'm just not there yet. But it, maybe a little while to clear it all up. But y'all, I've been fighting this bug. I'm like, get out of here. I'm done with you. So yeah, that's what's been going on with the cold and this little ear infection business. So that was Monday. Yeah. Okay. So let's reverse. Okay. Let's go back to the last time we talked. We talked on Thursday, and if memory serves me, I had done field day for my 10-year-old daughter, Lou, and I got really sunburned. And y'all were so sweet. Y'all are always leave the best, nicest, sweetest, just like most encouraging. Like people were like, try this, try that for my sunburn, and so helpful. And then I was talking about Ryan's braces, and everybody gave me some great I Rosalind, if she's listening, thank you again. I thanked her already, but she suggested that I try some Oragel, some mouth sore Oragel. Kind of numbs it a little bit because everything was rubbing. The braces were rubbing. I think about it. I mean, you have a foreign object in your mouth, right? Because for those of you that might be new, sorry, my 18-year-old just got braces. Let's see, Monday was a week. So, about a week and a half now. And the first week was really rough. Now it's getting a lot better. He's still eating kind of, softer foods, but he's able to eat a little bit more every day. But he actually had to go back to the orthodontist a couple days after he got him. So last week he had to go back because he had something poking the side of inside of his cheek. And so they clipped it and it was better. It was like a hook. But then after that, his front teeth started rubbing his top lip. So it's just been, but that Orgel's really helped. So thank y'all again for always giving me such great advice and such helpful, ideas. It's just so nice. So the sunburn I look tan now. It hasn't peeled, which I'm surprised. But what looks kind of weird is it's my chest and my shoulders because I had a tank top on. And now I look like it looks weird because especially when I put makeup on, my foundation, because my foundation is kind of like for like when I'm whiter, not like a summer foundation. And so I've got this like white face and kind of white neck, but I've got this like dark chest now. So the blending's not working. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to wear shirts that like are not V-neck, that like higher collared shirts. So no one can see the skin color difference. Because I had a hat on and sunglasses, so I didn't get any sun on my face, just everything else. But so I got fried that day, but it was super fun. So the next day, Friday, I was like tired, I think from fighting the cold and from being out all day the day before. So I pretty much just like I took a nap after the kids went to school. Walgreens called me and woke me up, telling me about a prescription that was delayed or ready. I'm so tired of them calling me. I need to like get on a no-call list with them. They wake me up. They bother me during the worst times. I just end their phone call. I don't even listen to it. And I like delete their voicemails. Unfortunately, I'm on a lot of different medications. And so they call me. I mean, I wish I could just pick up my stuff all at the same time. I make so many trips up to the pharmacy because they have everything like spaced out. And I don't know, things are ready at different times. And I just need to get more organized with all that. So I slept for like 30, 45 minutes Friday after I took the kids to school. I just had no energy. I felt just totally zapped. And then Saturday, I don't remember doing too much. I think I just was doing, normal stuff, laundry, dishes, cooking. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot. Something did happen on Saturday. Lou, my 10-year-old daughter, she had not one friend, but two friends spend the night. That's what Saturday was. I'm like, what did we do Saturday? That's what it was. Saturday morning, it was like having her clean her room. I was helping her a little bit because I told her, I said, you can't have a sleepover until your room's cleaned and your bathroom. So it was a good like motivation to get her to clean her stuff up. And so she got a new bed, like a bunk bed, and the bottom is a full. The bottom's a full and the top's a twin. And one of the reasons we got that is because she only had a twin before, and then whenever there would be sleepovers, they would either sleep on a blow-up mattress or on the floor, and it was always, hard to have somebody spend the night. So now we're like, this is going to be perfect for sleepovers. So she had, and like I said, two friends sleeping over is a special thing. We've only let her do it one other time, and that was for her birthday. So, but she asked, and we both were like, okay. So, and she was, I don't know, she just caught us at the right moment, and we were like, okay, we had all these rules, as long as y'all are good, as long as this, that, and they're like, yeah, we will, we'll be good. One of the girls has spent the night before, the other has not, but Lou has spent the night at her house, so it kind of felt like we owed her a sleepover. And then Lou was so funny, she comes to me and she's like, Mom, I need help with something. So she's, figuring out how to maneuver friendships, right? And drama and all that stuff, 10-year-old girls, oh my gosh, so much drama already. I know it's gonna get worse. But she, was telling me she had talked to one friend and invited her to spend the night, and she thought her parents were going to say no, so she thought that was a no. So then she asked the other little girl, and the other girl said yes. Well, then the first girl came back and said, yes, I can after all. So then she felt, she didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So that was another thing. We felt somewhat obligated to let both of them spend the night because she kind of got herself in a pickle. So yes. So they came over about noon on Saturday. And y'all, these little girls can eat. They can eat up some food. I was shocked. About 1:30, they wanted lunch. And of course, all right, here we go. Start feeding everybody. And we were trying to figure out what they want, and they're like, we want McDonald's. And so my husband's on the McDonald's app trying to figure out coupons and if we have anything free, you know, any freebies or anything. McDonald's app is pretty cool, y'all. If you haven't downloaded it, it's pretty good. You can get some coupons and some good deals sometimes. And so he was on the app, and he's like, you know what? The cheapest route I think we can go to feed everybody is going to be Happy Meals. And these girls are like, you know, because they're 10 and 11. They're like, oh, that's kind of, but you know, no one complained. So after they were telling us what they all wanted, each of them wanted the same thing. They all wanted chicken nuggets. And we're like, all right. So my husband started looking, and he's like, well, they have a 40 nugget meal, and we'll just have some left over, you know, because the boys, I don't think Nate was home. Ryan had already eaten. So it was really just going to be for the girls. Okay. So, because Ryan really can't eat chicken nuggets right now with his braces. So we're thinking 40 nuggets. Now my husband's gluten-free, so he wasn't going to be eating any. I didn't want any. So yeah, because I'm trying to be healthier, which I had Taco Bell for lunch yesterday, but oh well. My willpower was very low yesterday. So we ordered a 40 nugget box of nuggets, right? 40 nuggets, and then like a bunch of fries, and we're like, we've got drinks here. Those girls scarfed down more than 10 nuggets each. So they all had their own 10, right? Which is a lot. And these girls are like little petite little girls, and I'm like, oh, they're not going to be like the boys, you know, because I have the two older boys, and I'm like, oh, that's not going to be like them and their friends, like eating a ton. Oh no, I was so wrong. They were going for the last 10, and we're like, whoa, well, let's save some in case anybody else wants any, like in case our brothers do get hungry and they want to have some in a little bit, because Ryan hadn't eaten yet. So Ryan came down, and we're like, can you save him a couple nuggets? And he only took like 3 or 4, and there was like 3 left, and they all like ran over there and grabbed one for each other. They're scavengers. I was like, what is happening? So I was really shocked how much little girls can eat. It really, really was. It's amazing. I don't know where they're putting it, but it's like, wow. I know they're growing, but I was like, okay. So that was that. And then so they went swimming. We heated up the pool a little bit for them. It's getting warmer here in Dallas, so we're getting there with the pool. So they swam for a while, and then it was, of course, we're hungry again. It's like, oh, here we go. So when we had talked to Lou about the sleepover, we're like, okay, what are our plans for meals? And we're kind of like trying to plan everything out before they got here. So we were thinking doing hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill for dinner. And, you know, they already had chicken nuggets for lunch, so we're like, we'll just do burgers. Well, we didn't know what the girls like or don't like, but we thought most kids probably like hamburgers, and if they don't like hamburgers, they probably like hot dogs, right? One or the other. And as we're talking about McDonald's for lunch, we realized that one of the little girls doesn't like hamburgers. She's like, oh, they're disgusting. I hate hamburgers. And Lou's like, what about hot dogs? She's like, oh my gosh, no. We're like, okay, there goes our plan for our hamburgers and hot dogs. So we were trying to rack our brains all day. I feel like all Saturday and all Sunday was like, I was on point. I had to like take care of these girls and like figure out all their meals, because there was so many of them. It felt like more than just one friend. It felt like, I don't know, like a party or something. And so I ended up having to run to the store after we went round and around. They were trying to get us to take them out to eat. And we're like, no, we are not taking all of y'all out to eat. It's too expensive. No way. And we kept like pushing back. And I was like, Lou, and so they couldn't decide. And it was stressing Lou out. I could tell. She's like, Mom, I don't know what. They all tell me they want something different. I was like, okay. I'm like, what about tacos? And I guess that Mexican food kind of like was the thing they agreed upon. So I ran to the store, got a bunch of stuff to make tacos and burritos and all that. And my husband and I, you know, made a big old taco bar and like, you know, all the fixins, beans and rice and the whole 9 yards. And they ate like barely anything. I was like, okay. So maybe those chicken nuggets were still in their belly. but then they came back a little bit later saying they were hungry again. So then it was about 10 o'clock. And my husband had promised them earlier in the day that he would take them to Quick Trip, the little gas station, to get like a little treat at night, like if they wanted to watch a movie or something. And so they wanted to do a night swim. Well, here about 10 o'clock, he knows I'm out. I don't do late nights. I'm like a grandma. And I said, okay, that's all you. And he goes, yeah, I know you're going to bed. He goes, I'll handle it. So he was awesome, you guys. He took the girls to Quick Trip. I got ready for bed. I didn't hear anything else. Apparently they went swimming. I had a rule. My rules are we don't let kids swim outside when it gets super late, because I don't want to bother any neighbors, you know? And typically it's 10 o'clock is the cutoff to let anybody swim outside because our neighbors are really close. It's, you know, we're like back to back with everybody. We don't have a lot of room. We're in the suburbs with like, you know, house next to each other, like right next to each other. And I don't want to be bothering any neighbors. So apparently he let them swim. And all I know is my bedroom window's right there and I didn't hear a thing. So I guess they weren't loud. And I kind of was looking at him the next morning when he was telling me what they did. And he goes, what? I was on duty. You know, it's my rules. I'm like, okay. Hey, if they didn't wake anybody up, that's fine. So he told me that, I'm like, so what time did they stay up till? And he was like, well, it was 3 or 4 in the morning and he heard them and they were coming downstairs. And I was like, what? They stayed up till 3 or 4? So apparently that's not what happened. I guess they had fallen asleep, and he does believe them because he said that he didn't hear anything for a long time because he's a night owl. He stays up and watches TV and sometimes falls asleep on the couch. And I guess that's what had happened. He fell asleep on the couch. And so I guess they came creeping. I guess they woke up around like 3 or 4 and we're looking for food or something. And he's like, y'all need to get to bed. So he kind of told them to, you know, go do what they got to do, get back in bed. So they scurried upstairs and went back to bed. And then I felt bad because then it was going to be late. So I set my alarm for like 8. And I got up and I made pancakes and sausage and bacon. And not just one set of pancakes. I made gluten-free pancakes as well for my husband. So he had like a separate ones. So Bisquick is great. They have just their regular Bisquick, you know, that I use to do the girls' pancakes and the boys'. And then for him, they have Bisquick also has gluten-free mix. I know there's tons of gluten-free baking mixes out there, but the Bisquick is good. It's a little more expensive, obviously, for the gluten-free stuff. But so I made him, and I was like all proud of myself. I like had everybody, I had the table set, I had all the breakfast, and so I start to hear them come down about 9:30 or so, and they're hungry, and they're like, "What?" I was so cute. I had it all labeled. I looked like Susie Homemaker, y'all. I was looking good. I had everything labeled, like what everything was. I'd written on all the napkins like with a Sharpie, you know, what everything was and who it was for. And these are Dad's pancakes are gluten free, and these are for y'all. And I had all their names on there. So that was really cool. They're like, when did you do all this? And Lou was looking at me like, who is this lady? I was like, mm-hmm. So, but I messed with my husband. So I go in there. I think it was right before the girls had come down. It was about a little after 9. So I went in there to see if he was awake and to check on the puppy. And he was kind of stirring around, and I was like, hey. He goes, are they awake yet? I'm like, no. I said, I've heard them upstairs, but they haven't come down to eat yet. I said, are you ready to make the pancakes and stuff? Because that's what we had planned, you know, the day before. And he was like, yeah. And he started telling me about, you know, what time they'd gone to bed. And I'm like, just kidding. I said, I made everything already. He's like, you little shit. He goes, you. I was like, yep, I'm good. I made it all. I'm like, even for you. You even got your own little setup. So I was feeling all good about myself, y'all. Susie Homemaker in the house. Yes. So then it was a conversation of what time are they leaving, right? That's always the hard part. They come and they don't want to leave. And after like 24 hours, I'm like, okay. So at first it was like, Lou's like, Mom, what time do they have to leave? And I was like, this is around noon. And they were swimming again after they ate breakfast. So they did a lot of swimming, which was great because I don't feel like we used the pool enough. So it was great. They swam. And I said, what about like 2? And I was like, why did I just say that? Because I don't know, it was noon. So I'm like, I can do a couple more hours. And Lou's like, what about 3? I was like, okay. So then earlier, one of the little girls came down. I don't know where Lou was. And she's like, what time do I need to go home? I was talking to my mom. And I was like, what do you think, honey? He goes, 2? I was like, okay, that sounds good. And then Lou comes down. She's like, Mom, my friend said they have to leave at 2. I thought we said 3. I'm like, Dad wanted, so I totally blame Dad. Yeah, so they got picked up at 2. They were starting to get a little, because they expire, you know, after they've been together for that long and they're tired, the wheels start falling off. I mean, I've seen this so many times with so many sleepovers. It's all good for a bit, but then you hit that point and it just goes south. And especially with 3 girls, I was expecting drama. I was expecting somebody to be upset, crying, feeling left out. Someone's feeling something. There was no drama. And every time I'd hear a noise, it was them laughing. I was afraid someone was crying. So, but I could kind of tell they were all getting a little like tired of each other about 1. And I was like, okay. And I kept looking at the clock going, how much longer? But I could not wait for everybody to leave. Because I could like relax, right? I wouldn't have to worry about like feeding all these kids. And then it was around 12 or it was about 1. And they were starting to look for food again and say they were hungry. And I was like, y'all can grab a bag of chips. I am not. No, y'all figure it out. I'm off duty. So they had like bags of chips, and then they went outside and did chalk for a while. So our whole driveway is all filled with cute little chalk drawings, and my tires, every time I back up out of the garage and pull in the driveway, I've got little chalk on my tires. But yeah, we survived. They both got picked up at 2, and Lou was tired. She was very, very tired. She had school the next day, Monday. So I tried to get her to bed early, but of course, you get that second wind at night, because, about 4 or 5 o'clock, she was super tired. And then it was like 8 or 9 o'clock. Oh, I'm awake. And I was like, oh my gosh, so Monday morning was not super fun. She was very, very tired. And of course, I always say when she starts acting like that and not wanting to go to school, I'm like, well, then no more sleepovers. And especially no 2 friends sleepover. And she's like, okay. And that gets her up. So I was asking her, I'm like, how did y'all sleep? Like, where did you sleep? How'd the bed work out? She's like, well, we, all 3 of us were sleeping down in the bottom at first. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. 3 girls, and they're not like tiny, they're 10, 11. So, and one of them was a little bit taller than Lou, and Lou's pretty tall. So I said, how are y'all doing that? And they were laying the opposite direction. So one of them was actually like hitting the ladder, but whatever. And then she said they kind of got smushed and hot in the middle of the night. So one of the girls went up to the top bunk, and that's where all her stuffed animals are. And I guess they had taken all the stuffed animals. But where I was impressed was whenever it was time for them to leave, I went upstairs because they were so sweet. They were like, Mom, they're like, can you help, Miss Shay, can you help us with our towels? And because they had gone swimming, right? Like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, like 3 different times. Well, they used a new towel every time. I was like, oh my gosh. Y'all, the pile of towels that was in the bathroom on the floor, it was a lot. I did laundry for a couple days with just towels. But the great thing was they came and told me that they needed help bring all the towels down, and they helped all 4 of us carried all the towels and bathing suits and all that stuff because they borrowed some bathing suits of Lou's. That was another thing. They tried not new bathing suits every time because you don't want to put a wet one on, right? So, but they were sweet, and I could not believe it. I expected to see a mess. No, Lou was like telling them to clean up. She must have. I told her, I'm like, Lou, I think this is cleaner than when they got here. She goes, I know, I had them help me clean everything up. So Lou was learning. She was learning that if your friends don't help you, then it's going to be all on you, and that's not fun. But after the girls left, I did ask her, I'm like, so what'd you think? Did you have fun? He goes, yeah, it's just a lot of work having 2 friends, She kind of feels like she's got to be on as well, and kind of tell them the rules and, what they can and can't do, I guess, and be bossy pants. I don't know. But I guess she definitely cracked the whip on, cleaning up, which I thought was great. I said, well, if one of the girls slept on the top, what'd you do with all the stuffed animals? She goes, oh, we took them off. And I'm like, and you put them all back? I was in shock. So that was a nice surprise. I didn't have to clean up anything. Normally with sleepovers, I've got to put the air mattress away. I've got to fold up blankets, put pillows away, sheets. Normally there's snacks and drinks. It's just crap everywhere. But no, straightened up, nice and tidy. I was like, okay, girl, I like it. So then, once I got the little girls out of here, I was like, okay, I got my live at 4. So the live was so good. If y'all haven't seen it, it's up on the channel. So just put #replay if you watch it. So I know that you saw it. And I do go live on Sundays, for those of you that may not know. Sundays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And they're always, I have guests on there, and we try to make it really fun, and it's very, inviting. I try to make it fun and inviting. So if you've never been to one, don't be scared. Just pop out. You don't have to say anything. If you don't want to, I work and lurk. I just diamond paint and kind of treat them as a whip and chat a lot of times. If I don't feel like being real social, I just want some company. So it's fun. Lives are fun because I listen to lives all the time during the week. I look forward to all of them because it's time that is going to be dedicated, like a real person's going to be online. You can talk to them if you want to, and you can catch up, and it's different than watching like a video. I don't know. I really like lives. So, yeah. So we went live. I went live. I say we. I had a guest. I had Kimmy. Kimmy has a YouTube channel, Queen of Crafts, and she is hosting a mental health awareness event in September. And I think it's a great cause. So I've been trying to help her. This was our second time to do it. We did our first one in January, where we just openly talked about mental health and anybody, any topics that want to be discussed. It's an open forum, and it's kind of nice to have, a topic, because typically I don't have like a topic necessarily for the lives. And and everybody seemed to really enjoy it in January. And there were some people saying they'd like for us to do it again, every few months. So we did it, and it was Kimmy's birthday too. And once Kimmy told me it was her birthday, I was like, oh yeah, we're definitely doing it this day. So really, really good stuff. Thank y'all for the folks that were there and that left comments if you weren't there. But thank you for being, being open and vulnerable and respectful to everybody. Everyone's got different struggles, and really do appreciate everybody just kind of coming in and, talking about whatever is bothering you. And hopefully we were helpful. Again, we're not, licensed professionals. We actually tried to get a friend of ours that's a retired counselor to join us, but she couldn't. So maybe that's something we'll have on, and she's a part of the community, and maybe we'll have her on at some point to get, somewhat of a medical she's retired, but still, to get her perspective on things. And I know she's going to have some great, advice. So yeah, I just hope we were helpful. I hope it was, hope you had a good time, and it was worth, it seemed like from the comments, a lot of people did really enjoy it, and it's something they needed to hear, and we were keeping a lot of folks company. So yeah, so we did the live, and then after that, I don't remember. I think it was like dinner and, kind of getting Lou, going. Speaking of lives, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go live this Sunday, which I normally go live almost every Sunday, pretty much. But the reason why is she has a birthday party, which, why would you have a birthday party on a school night? But anyways, she was invited to a boys' birthday party in her class, and it's at a movie theater, and they're going to see Super Mario Brothers. And the party starts at 5, I think. So it's from like 5 to 7, and I need to drop her off at the theater for her to be there, for the movie starting at 5. Unless my husband can drop her off, which I haven't talked to him yet because he's, working. He's out of town this week. So we haven't really touched base, but unless he can take her, I may have to, do that. So I will let y'all know. I'll definitely put up a community post on the community tab, so y'all will get notified if I'm not going to go live, so you kind of know what, what's going on for your Sunday. So that'll be this Sunday. We'll see how it goes. I will try. I will definitely try to be there because I really do love the lives. I don't have a guest planned because, like I said, I had one last week. I try not to do one every Sunday, but you never know. Something comes up. But yeah, it'll probably just be me. And it's probably good that I don't have a guest scheduled, because in case I can't make it, then I'm not letting anyone else down, right? So, all right. What else? Where did we leave off? I feel like I got off on some tangent. Oh, Sunday. Okay, so that was, and I told you about Monday. I woke up feeling like crap and my ear. So Monday kind of was just doing the doctor. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, then Tuesday, yesterday for me, I had my annual mammogram. The good old boob squishing appointment was yesterday morning. And the tricky thing about that is, hopefully most of y'all that are watching have had a mammogram. I would think you probably have, but if you haven't, go get one. This is a little public service announcement. Go get one. And so my cough, which I'm so happy I'm not coughing during this time, which is great. But I was afraid because I cough more first thing in the morning and at night is when it's like the worst. And I was afraid I was going to be hacking and coughing whenever she told me to be still, don't move, hold your breath during, taking the pictures. So yeah. And I'm going to be pretty open with y'all. I don't think I've ever told you this before. It's kind of TMI, but I have implants. Ta-da! I know, y'all. Everything is bigger in Texas, right? That's what they say. I guess it's true. Got them a long time ago, way back when. And so because of that, I have to sign this like waiver saying, I'm allowing them to do it because, they're squishing them and they can like pop something or, something. I don't know. Yeah. It's probably not the safest thing for them, and they have to take extra pictures to make sure they're not leaking. So yeah. So I went and got that done on Monday, and then I got the results back. Like they told me it would be 2 or 3 days. I got an email same afternoon. Like that was that morning, and I got the email in the afternoon. I was like, wow. And everything's all good. Yeah. So they didn't see anything. So it's always a good sign of, you're a sigh of relief. You're like, okay, that's out of the way. So that was yesterday morning. And then fun thing, last night, Lou, 10-year-old girl, she had her school performance that they've been working on and practicing for the last few months in her music class. It was Texas themed. So there was some drama around the attire. So they had us order we needed to order a red bandana. So all the kids had a red bandana on. And the only other like costume thing we had to do was, and again, y'all, it's springtime in Texas, and it was like, it's going to be 88 today. So why this woman was thinking this, I don't know. It was cute though, but the music teacher wanted us to make sure the kids had a flannel shirt on and jeans. The kids were roasting, and they weren't just standing there singing, they were dancing, doing like what's it called? The Cotton Eye Joe and all the things. So I got some video and I'll show my Patreons. But here's the tricky part is the performance wasn't until we had to be there at 6:30. And she was running around the neighborhood playing with friends, and it was about 6 o'clock. And I needed her to come home and get ready because I knew there'd be some drama. So she doesn't like jeans. I don't know what kid does like jeans. Y'all let me know in the comments if your kids are like mine. My boys don't like jeans. They don't wear jeans. It's always been athletic shorts, sweatpants. She's the same way. She's all about leggings, athletic shorts. No one likes jeans. Shoot, I don't like jeans. I get it. So I had bought her these jeans a week or two ago, and she had never tried them on. And I was like, oh my gosh, they'll still have the tags on them, y'all. And here we are, 30 minutes out from needing to be there, and she hasn't even tried on the jeans yet. It's like, oh my gosh. I got them at like Costco, and they're like Levi's. And she told me, because she has one pair of jeans, but they have rips in them. And I guess the music teacher said no ripped jeans. So those weren't going to work. So that's why I had to get her a new pair of jeans. And so, but they were like Levi's, and they were, I don't know, I didn't even know what size to get her, but they were stretchy, right? They had that stretchy material. And I was like, okay, so hopefully those will work. So about 6 o'clock, I'm texting the mom a couple houses down saying, can you send Lou home? And Lou comes home, and she's like, she didn't want to go. She'd been talking about this performance for the last, couple weeks, saying how cringy it was and the dance moves are so bad, and she did not want to do it. She gets, nervous in front of people, and I get it. And there's a lot of anxiety around it. And she comes home and she's all sweaty from jumping on the friend's trampoline, and she's having a great time with her friends, and here she has to stop playing. She's sweating, and I'm asking her to put a flannel shirt on and jeans. So I knew what was going to happen. I was like, this is going to be bad. So sure enough, it was bad. She didn't like the shirt. She didn't like the jeans. She thought it looked stupid. And we went around and around. And then she started crying, saying, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I said, fine, let's not go then. She's like, I don't have to go. A lot of my friends aren't going to go either. I'm like, okay. I said, but I really would like for you to go. I said, this is an opportunity. I said, you've been working on this. It's, you've started it. You should finish it. Mom wants to see you perform. I'm proud of you. I want to see. I said, to be honest with you, Lou, I said, you're worried about, people looking at you and stuff. I said, here's the deal. These parents are only looking at their own kid. They're not looking at you. I said, I'm going to be the only one that's looking at you. She's like, I don't want you to look at me. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys. So this went on for about 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, what are we going to do? So then she's like, I don't like this shirt. Do you have like a black t-shirt I could wear underneath it so I could leave it unbuttoned? I'm like, yes. So I go up, find a black t-shirt. We're scrambling around. I'm running. I was like, this is crazy. And she finally is somewhat okay with it. She doesn't like the bandana. She doesn't want to wear it around her neck like a cowboy, because it was all cowboy themed. So she wanted the bandana loosely tied around her wrist. So I had to fold it a certain way because the first time it was folded wasn't right. She was going to wear it in her hair at first like a headband, which I thought would be really cute. She didn't like the way it looked, and it was sliding out, and it just, oh yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. But it was the cutest thing ever. I'm so proud of her. She did it. All her friends were there. All the kids in her class were there. So I don't know what she was talking about. All these kids saying they weren't going to be there. And I was like, that's what they said. But their parents thought differently, obviously. Just like you did. You didn't want to go. But here's how I finally got her to go. I know this is so bad, y'all. So because she'd been playing, she had not had dinner yet. And so finally she realizes, when I kind of really wanted to go, and she starts to calm down a little bit. And she's like, Mom, I'll go if you can take me to Chick-fil-A afterwards. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll take you to get Chick-fil-A afterwards. So that was like the little dangling carrot. So yeah, we got out of there. So what they did was, and it's pretty smart, kind of. So the school decided to host the PTA meeting right before this performance. And they did that for participation, right? Because most parents don't, probably a lot of parents don't go to PTA meetings. So we had to sit through a 30-minute PTA meeting, all these parents, and it was hot. And I was able to get a seat, which I barely made it there in time to get a seat. They didn't have enough seats for everybody. And it was in the hot, cafeteria, and all the babies are screaming, and the parents, oh my gosh, I felt bad. It was just me by myself. I asked her, so Nanny, if you're listening, that's her grandma, my mother-in-law, who lives near us. I asked her, I said, can I invite Nanny to come and watch you? And she's like, no, I don't want anybody to see this. I said, not even Bubbies? She's like, no. And of course, Dad was out of town. So I was going to invite people, but she did not want anybody to see her doing this according to her, cringy dance moves. I did take video, so I'm going to put my Patreons will get to see that this week. I didn't take video of the entire thing because, of course, you can't stand up, right? I couldn't stand up. I don't want to be rude. I've got my phone up over my head, trying not to block other people's view behind me. But then you've got the people in front of me, they're also holding up their phones, and all I could really see was their phones, and then you could see Lou's head barely in the background. So it was kind of a mess. But we did Chick-fil-A after, and we got the performance done, and I think she had a really good time when it was all said and done, but they were burning up. She was like, I'm so hot. I mean, we stepped outside, and she was like, oh, it's so much better out here. We had like a nice cool breeze outside, and so the performance was super cute. I can't believe it. I mean, it's crazy, but she did a dance, and like I said, they did the Cotton Eye Joe. It was an hour-long performance. We didn't get out of there until like 8:30, or no, it was 8 o'clock by the time we left. So it was like an hour, because the PTA part. But it was cool. So got through that, and I had a glass of wine when I got home because I deserved it after all that drama. Yeah. And then what else happened? And then this morning, got up, got all the kids off to school. Everybody went to school. And we're about 30 days out from being like done. So I'm excited about that. Yep. It's getting down to the wire, y'all. We're getting down. And let's see. So what else? Oh, I did this week for diamond painting stuff. I did a Temu haul. So if y'all saw that, let me know. I know a lot of you, watched it and responded in the comments because I was really curious about Temu. They reached out to me quite a long time ago, to be honest with you. It's been like over a month ago, and I kind of ignored it at first when they asked me if I'd be interested in, reviewing some of their items. And when they first asked, they put the link in there, and I had already clicked into Temu before I got the email from them, just out of curiosity. And I had a couple things in my cart, but I never bought anything. So when they reached out and said, would I do a video or two? I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. But I couldn't, it's overwhelming. I will tell you, they have so much stuff on there, but it's so cool. They offer everything, and it's so affordable. So after I did the video yesterday, I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do, because they told me they liked the video and they appreciated it and they want to keep working with me. And I'm like, you know what? And someone in the comments had made it, and they weren't rude about it. They were just, and it's a good point. I want to know, about their practices, right? How are they doing their business? How, where's this stuff coming from? Are they, you worry about labor and, just the right way to run a business. And I did some research this morning, and I feel really good about it because everything I read, I understand now, so they're actually a company based out of Ireland is where the company's out of. Obviously it's Chinese goods, but the company itself is Ireland, and they have a Boston location. But the thing is, they cut out the middleman, right? So they're not like, so that's how they keep their costs low. It's almost like Amazon, they're just kind of like getting the, I don't know. I might not be explaining this right, but if you're curious, do some research. I was happy with what I read. I don't have any problems with continuing to work with them as long as they, if the quality's there. And some people were complaining about shipping taking a little while. Mine didn't take that long after I ordered. But like I was saying, it took about a week or two. And coming from China, I kind of expect that. And so when she had reached out to me and I finally was, looking at their website, and I had like a few things in my cart and I sent it to her, and I'm like, I'll check out these items. She goes, oh, you don't have enough. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, you know what? Because I have a hard time making a decision. And I know I've talked about that in the past. And if y'all know me, you've heard me talk about that before. I can't make a decision to save my life. I mean, I am the worst. I think Katie calls it executive dysfunction or something. I can't make a decision. So because of that, I was overwhelmed by the website. And so I just told her, I said, just surprise me. So I was very surprised. It was fun to get a package of some things I knew that I had chosen, some things that I didn't know, and they chose for me. So yeah, so I've got one more video I have 2 more videos to come out. They're sending me more stuff, but now I'm kind of getting more familiar with the website. Like I said, the stuff they sent me, I was going to put it in 2 videos. The next one will go out Saturday, but I would definitely go give them a little looky-loo. I definitely would. I'll put that video down below if you haven't seen it yet. And I was happy with them. Like I said, I kind of wish I would have done a little bit of research beforehand, but I did it, and I didn't see anything that was alarming. I didn't see anything that was concerning. So I'm going to keep going with them. I think it's a good deal, and it's kind of a cool thing. And although unfortunately it sounds like they don't ship to other countries. So I was like, oh man, I kind of thought that was a bummer, and I didn't know that going into it. But they do have free shipping and all that good stuff. But yeah, some folks were interested in some of the items that I was showing in the video, but they don't ship to them, and I didn't know that. So I'll definitely mention that in the next one. But I put another order in, and I'm kind of getting to know like what's on the website and as you start thinking about more and more things that you'd like to show and check out and try. So I hope they're beneficial, but I have some new stuff coming. Like I said, I sent her the order, and she said she'll put it in as soon as possible and they'll get it out to me. So yeah, I'm going to continue to work with them. I think it's so far so good. So hopefully y'all enjoy those. And I've got a ton more videos to put out. I need to film some videos. I just was waiting because I was sick and my voice was crap, right? It was scratchy and nasty, and I was like, I can't keep doing these videos, but I want to feel better. I want to sound good, all the things. So, but now that I feel like I'm getting better, and I've got the medicine now, that I can, I've got a little more energy to film some videos. So I've got some several unboxings to do. So y'all may get some videos from me in the near future. Yes, I'll space them out a little bit. I don't like to have my videos going out back to back like every day. I feel like that's a lot. I feel like you're kind of taking away the attention from the video before that, right? Because not everybody's watching your stuff as soon as it comes out. You got to give people time to kind of digest it, right? So I kind of like to do every other day, ideally. That's how I was doing when I first started. Oh my gosh, you guys, speaking of first started, let me tell y'all something real quick before we go. I kind of had a feeling it was coming up, and I listened to Katie, Diamonds and Washi. Hi, Katie, if you're watching. And she was talking about in her Whip and Chat that about her YouTube, her diamond painting anniversary had just come up. And so I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like mine has 2 or is coming or has just passed. I need to look it up. I looked up Diamond Art Club's website at my purchase history, and y'all, reunited and it feels so good. Yes, you all. I got to know Diamond Art Club. My very first purchase was May 19th of 2020. So, and I did order a couple Amazon ones before when I first started, a month before that. So I've been diamond painting now for 3 years. April is now 3 years. Because like I said, May, I'm going to pop up the first Diamond Art Club that I ever did. I loved it. At the time, that's when there wasn't a lot of choices, but it was a perfect one to get started with them. It's a good size, but it's called Flower on the Rocks, and I'll pop it up so y'all can see it. I haven't seen it in forever, but it's probably discontinued. I would believe that was 3 years ago. But yeah, my first order with Diamond Art Club was May 19th, so almost 3 years ago, y'all. A month from today. Crazy. Yeah, so I've been diamond painting for 3 years, and I got hooked, obviously, right? I was in the community for a good year, kind of, getting my feet wet, getting to know everybody, and then just kind of happened and started the channel. And I've had the channel for 2 years now, a little over 2 years. So it's just the best thing that's happened to me. It really is, y'all. I mean, my kids are obviously the best thing, and my husband, but and my family, but just something I could do for myself and to meet new people and all the friends I've made, that can't be replaced, And it's funny how life just, you don't know what the future holds. I would have never, ever, you hear people say that all the time. I never would have thought. It's true. I didn't plan for this. None of us planned for what happened to 2020, and that's where it came from, Sometimes, good things come out of, hard situations. So yeah, it's definitely a blessing for sure. But yeah, 3 years ago, y'all, I can't believe it. Like I said, my first one was an Amazon one. It was like a beach setting. And I think it said Love in the Sand. Y'all have probably seen it before. It's pretty popular on Amazon. I did that one, and then, like I said, a month later, I was like, ordering my Diamond Art Club. That's when I finally found them. But I actually ordered one from Amazon and did that, and then I ordered another one from a company that I haven't even seen anymore from China, and it was crap. So I threw that one away. I never even started working on it. And then, yeah, that's how the journey began. It's just super crazy to like reminisce, Yeah, it's super cool. Let's see, this weekend, Ryan, my 18-year-old, his senior prom is this Saturday, and I don't think he's going. I've asked him many times, because if I needed to buy a ticket, I needed to buy it for him. And he keeps saying, nah, I don't know if I want to go. I don't think I want to go. Maybe. And I just know how the boys are. They're so last minute and all they're planning. His friends are all probably going. And I just hope that he doesn't come up to me on Saturday going, Mom, I'm going. Yeah, because I think you have to pick up your tickets today at school. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm just kind of expecting it. I want him to go because I want him to experience that. He did go to homecoming. And it's a senior prom, but I'm trying not to make a big deal about it because he's got, other things going on. He's got a lot, and we're just trying to get him graduated. So all this other stuff, I'm just, if he wants to go, great. If he doesn't, I'm not making it a big deal. It's not about me. It's about him, what he wants to do. I'm not going to get caught up in all the senior, prom stuff. He doesn't have a girlfriend. And we talked about that. And when I asked him if he wanted to go a while back, I said, well, you probably would go if you had like a girlfriend or something, right? If you were dating somebody. He's like, yeah, but he's not. So, I don't know. But I know how he rolls though. He's last minute. So I'm anticipating that on Saturday. And I think we have his clothes, one suit that he has that he wore to homecoming that probably still fits him. I think it's dry cleaned. So I probably just will check just to make sure he pulls a fast one on me. We've got clothes for him. I don't know, but he probably doesn't want to wear the same thing. I don't know, y'all, but it's dealing with him and just, again, small potatoes compared to everything else. So, all right. Yeah. And I'll let y'all know about the live on Sunday. I don't know yet, but thank y'all so much for, hanging out with me. Look at this. If you want to look up for a second, I got this square done. I just have like a few little bits right here. I'll finish this in just a second. After I let y'all go, but, yes, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I always feel so much better catching up with you guys. I really, really do. I love hanging out with you. I hope I made your day a little bit brighter, and I hope you're able to get some crafting done, get some chores done, you productive person, you. And yeah, I really do enjoy being with y'all and appreciate your continued support. So please let me know how you are. Don't forget. Okay. All right. Until next time, I'm going to get out of here. But before I head out, if y'all enjoyed this, please give me a big old thumbs up. They really do help. And then, like I said at the beginning, if you have not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you part of my world, my diamond painting world. And I've got a lot of good stuff coming up. So definitely subscribe. It is free. There's a little subscribe button down below. And then next to that is a notification bell. If you click on that bell, then you'll get notified whenever I do post up any new videos. Okay? All right, y'all. Like I told y'all last week, just believe in yourself, believe in others, and, like you always hear, you don't know what someone else is going through, and just try to be there for folks, okay? Just try to be there for people. Yesterday, when I was going into my mammogram, there was, and the guy was like, construction guy, and he was carrying a bunch of equipment, and he needed to get in the door, and so I happened to be there at the same time, and I opened up the door for him, and he was like, what did he call me? It was really weird, but it was really nice. He's like, you are such a gentleman and a I don't know, he used some big word, but it's just made my day. And I'm like, it's the small things like that, is just to always be looking for an opportunity to compliment somebody. The other day, a teacher in Lou School that I saw, had some cute shoes on. I was like, oh, I like your shoes. I mean, that can really brighten up someone's day just by giving someone a compliment, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. So, just a little reminder. I try to do it in my daily life. I always don't do it, obviously, but or if someone wants to get let in when I'm driving, let someone in, just be nice, that's all we can do. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Love you guys so much. Y'all take care. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay, bye guys.